Hello! We are back to Xplane 11 and this time it's going to be the rotate sim MD-80. I have no idea why it took so long to do a video with this one. It's one of my all-time favorite aircraft. It has been sitting in my library forever. This was actually the second payware aircraft that I got for Xplane 11. The first one was the XCG737. So we are going to fly it right now from Dallas, Texas to Phoenix, Arizona. We are here in Fort Worth Airport. Beautiful clear skies. Yeah, this airplane at the initial release was not the best. It has received a lot of criticism because it did not handle like the real MD-88. But Rotate Sim has been working with the community and turned out to be a fantastic product. And they are also currently working on the MD-11, one of my all-time favorite planes. Obviously, they have a difficult job because of the weight distribution is completely different because of the engines back here. It's also true for the MD-11, that big engine on the tail. Especially the cargo aircraft, when it's empty, there should be some counterweights put in it. Otherwise, it tends to sit on its tail because of the massive engine. And it is really bad news for the airlines that operating those aircraft. So yeah, this plane comes with 4K textures and there are really great liveries to download, but we are rocking the old school Delta. So yeah, let's get this airplane ready for departure. Now you can click on this little book and request the GPU, open the doors. We have auto gate, cargo doors as well. And now battery. Doing everything from memory right now, but there is a great documentation with this airplane. Tutorial flight and also a checklist, PDF manual. So arm emergency exit lights. Put these on. This one to captain. Let's go red probe checked. And back to captain. Windshield anti-ice. And here our IRS is to nav. I can go ahead and test these.
Pull up, terrain. Pull up, sink rate.
Wind shear.
So yaw dampeners on.
Stall.
It's actually a real person recorded these messages. There was a lady, there's a video with her where she tells the story, and most of the pilots call this poor lady bitching Betty because she constantly nagging them with all these wonderful messages. Alright, let's check out the Christmas tree. Everything lights up nicely. And here we have the pressurization panel. Landing barrow, we do not know that yet, but we can set here the landing elevation of Phoenix. It's going to be around this one, 347. It's in hundreds of feet, so it looks correct to me. And nice. MD-80 has a lot of different quirks. It's not modeled in this aircraft. I don't know if it's true for the MD-88, but back here, around here, there is a magnetic compass, and here are a couple of mirrors where the pilots could they could set them up and check out the magnetic compass. Almost like the engineers forgot about that, and at the end they just thought, oh, where should we put this? Alright, let's get some illumination to the instruments or the displays. And take care of the loading of the aircraft quickly. Fuel tanks. So let's check out the flight plan. It's going to be around 2 hours airtime. 2 hours and 18 minutes. And what we have here? Fuel 10,0990. In all fuel tanks, trip fuel is 6992. And total payload is going to be 15,124. Alright. Now we can come to the next page and here start loading. We can also expedite it so we don't have to sit here forever. And that's it for the loading. And now close the doors. And get rid of the auto gate. Whoops. Yeah, this scenery is from Aerosoft. It's a big airport here in Dallas, Fort Worth. And now we can go ahead and set up the FMC or use the CDU, MD-88 GT8D and cycle 2001, revision 1, just updated it. And let's go initialize KDFW. And GPS position, route, we're going to Phoenix, KPHX. And depart, actually let's listen to the departure 80s, already have the frequency from the previous test flight that I did.
Dallas Fort Worth INTL information alpha. 2100 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear.
Yep, it's going to be 35 left. And there should be a WestX 3 or 2 departure with the CCAN transition. So back to the route. Next. From CCAN, where should we go? There's another lot of waypoints. To EWM. Okay. The coordinates is going to be north 3157. Oh, maybe I put something wrong there. Yeah. Now it looks correct, and I can go right now to the arrival. And ILS-08 is going to be the ping 1 with the DRRVR transition. So that's it. Back to route. We have iris alignment, so we can go ahead and activate it, execute it. And let's look at the legs. There's disco there. And there's also vectors. And we can clear it up now. And that's it. Let's go to the plan mode. And step through the flight plan. Looks straightforward enough. Alright, back to map mode. And let's just quickly start the APU. Start pump. Actually, we can also put the fuel pumps on. Takes a little while until the APU is fully running. And go back to the CDU. Cruising altitude 320. Cost index 50. Let's put one here, and I think we can click on these. Yep. And execute it. Take off. 4 degrees. And it gives us the V speeds. Nice. So actually, let's go back to the performance page, and 50.5. 0 fuel weight. We have to set it here. And that's our gross weight in there correctly. And CG11, it's around 11.3, and flaps is going to be 15, which gives us the trimmable horizontal stabilizer position, long trim. And hydraulics are on and high. And we have to match trim position.
Stabilizer motion.
Yeah, it looks right. Next, APU should be running. And actually we can also do the engine fire test. Normally we would require 2 thumbs or 2 fingers to push them both at the same time. But we cannot do that in a sim, so we can go ahead and go up here. Put this to loop A and this one to loop B. And now we can test them. Oops.
Fire left engine. Fire right engine.
And put these back to both. Circuit breakers, we cannot do anything with that. And APU. Now we can get rid of the ground power unit. And QNH is set. Going to be 162, let's put 182, V2 plus 20. Yeah, this airplane was built for speed. And take a look at the flaps limits and gear extension limit. It's absolutely crazy, these speeds. Alright. Now here, let's put 350, and we can put 18,000 feet transition altitude. Let's say they have cleared us, and then we can go after that to 320. So yeah, we are ready, almost ready. And now we can go here to the pneumatic cross-feed valves. And now we can hear the fans kicking in. And now we can request pushback. Actually, that position was great.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
You don't have to go that far. Oops, and we are ready.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
British Airways 747 is taxiing right there. It's kind of like a small town here, this airport. So we're going right here, 350. It's not that far, fortunately.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
So that pushback cart is going to raise our nose and push us back. Many airports operate with towing bars.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, for that we need some pressure. And ignition. Alright, let's go. N2 is climbing slowly. So, looks like we have a good start on engine 1. And we're gonna also extend the flaps soon.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
And extending the flaps slowly to better view from here. And the power supply switched to engine generators. And APU off. You can also get rid of these guys. Check out the flaps, it's
Tow
extended.
is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Almost forgot the flight directors. And hand signal will be on the right. Let's arm the speed brakes quickly. No more messages here, only these, but we will get rid of these when we put off the parking brakes. And do we see the hand signal? Yeah, there is. Fantastic. Now TRA here. And no more messages. Yeah, go ahead and start taxiing. Alright, here we are. Runway 35 left. Push this button. Takeoff EPR limit 1.97. And line up with the runway. Lights are on. Actually, this airplane has a bit different takeoff procedure than, for example, a Boeing. Oh, there is US Airways behind us. So yeah, what we should do for takeoff is push the toga button, advance thrust to 1.4 EPR, around that, and engage auto throttle. And here we EPR, take off. Try to stay on the center line. And monitor airspeed. Actually, at this trim setting and flap setting, airplane should just take off on its own. Yeah, here we go. And positive rate. Can go and gear up. And now we can go here and push climb right there. Autopilot, nav and VNav. Yep, looks like everything is in order. Slowly get the flaps up. Engage speed brakes, disarm auto brake,
Stabilizer motion.
and yeah, we are away. Yeah, nice departure. And let's see, extend the range a little bit. And Phoenix, here we come. Now we're going to the transition altitude 18,000, 10,000 feet, lights off. And yeah, that's it for the departure. And actually, sometimes we have to use the trim setting or the flap setting 15, otherwise we get a trim warning at takeoff. But other than that, oh, we should be putting the hydraulics. Oops, just push something there. These two off and low. We have to switch them back before landing, but for now. And yeah, here's our top of climb. And 2 hours and 40 minutes of airtime. And then we are going to land in Phoenix. Alright, our top of descent point is coming up. We have arrived over Arizona. We are somewhere over Tucson. Left New Mexico behind. And already configured the ILS frequency and course on both sides. Like in the Boeing, we have an approach page right here. And yeah, this airplane can be really fast and slow down quite efficiently, so we don't need to, so we can actually zoom in, throw everything out and slow down really quickly. But here we have our top of descent soon, so let's go down to, it's going to set 3000 right here and soon begin our descent. Let everybody know, and then we will be back when we are lining up with the runway and preparing for landing. And so still a little bit to go, so see you at the landing approach. Alright, soon we are making our final turn and lining up with runway 08 in Phoenix. And it's a beautiful evening arrival, sunset. Other than that, the airplane is pretty much configured for landing. Pressurization is already set, local barometric pressure is set also here, and also landing elevation. Here we have also 3029. We have flaps 11 right now, and autopilot is maintaining 210 knots. After we made our turn, we can extend landing gear, slow us down to 150. Arm the speed brakes, also the auto brakes, and extend flaps fully, and then land. Also, when the gear is down, nose lights can be switched on. Yeah, Neil, 7000, 4000, pretty much can arm the approach. Just gonna put speed here. As we still are in altitude hold, after this waypoint I think we are going to descend once again. Beautiful sunset in the desert. Pretty dark in here. Forgot where the lights are. Yep, that's better. Yeah, at the beginning of the video, right before engine start, I forgot to set the anti-collision lights, and why aren't we descending? Oh, there we go. Gear down. Speed. Let's go down to 150. Yeah, we were in the wrong mode. But gear is down, 3 green. And here, let's put it to minimum, arm it. Oops. I'll try it later. Maybe there is a speed limit. And that's the runway 08 up ahead. Yeah, we are still a bit fast, but this airplane can slow down pretty easily. Yeah, localizer. And yeah, ILS glide slope. Pretty soon we can capture it. So add another degree of flaps. Actually add 2. Oops. And final speed is going to be, I think, 125 right there. Beautiful. And try it now. Yep. Now it's set or armed. ILS right there, glide slope. Hydraulics are on and high. That's fine. And soon we are intercepting the glide slope from below, which is the correct procedure. Let's get back to 10 and here we go soon. So I'm gonna switch auto throttle off and manage the speed. Downtown Phoenix. Only thing that's looking better is the new Microsoft Flight Simulator. Don't want to be too slow.
1,000.
Autopilot.
And here we go. And looks like there's an aircraft up ahead. World Traffic 3. Departing most likely. But nowadays World Traffic 3 is actually doing a nice job avoiding my aircraft. Let's trim it a little bit.
500.
A bit too high. And a bit too fast, but we can
400.
correct that.
300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
And reversers. And here we have a great landing in Phoenix. Manual braking. And vacate the runway as soon as we can. So beautiful nighttime arrival. I love these especially. So let's clear the aircraft up quickly. And that's off. And taxi. Now we can go ahead and start the APU. So, unfortunately, Xplane 11 crashed, but I have set myself up with a second landing, so trying to access the replay. Unfortunately, it crashed a little bit, so let's go and do it once again.
400.
And we're a bit low and slow, but let's get back on track. Obviously, it's not the same as doing a whole flight, but it's going to be 2 landings.
300.
Try to do the best. Whoops. Don't want to be too slow.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
And here we are once again. Reverse. Yeah, the MD-80 landing has a pretty high angle of attack. At least I did. And flaps up. And we can vacate the runway. Let's start the APU once again. And slow down. So where do we want to park? Let's go up ahead somewhere. So the second landing, I had the nose too high, so next time I have to push it down a little bit further on landing. But this MD-80 is really a lot of fun to fly. So welcome to Phoenix, I hope everybody enjoyed this flight, and next time maybe I'm going to do a Jar Design A330 or maybe a CRJ200, we'll see. So see you in the next one. Have a good one, bye.